Straight facts, no chaser. This is part 2 of Candace Owens' video that we're breaking down as to why this woman would never be invited to the cookout. Let's get it.
It did not start in 1492 when Columbus discovered the New World.
Like I told y'all, it was a wave. Fact, slavery didn't start in 1492. Correct. Now let me give you that lie. Christopher Columbus discovered a new world. No, he did not. No, he did not.
In fact, when the intrepid explorer landed in the Bahamas, the native Taino tribe hoped that he would help them defeat their aggressive neighbors, the Caribs.
Now, think about this for a second. Christopher Columbus lands, meaning the first time he ever arrived, in the Bahamas, and the tribe, which doesn't speak their language, wants you to help them go to war with another tribe. Say what? Don't you want to learn the language first? Exactly. None of this shit makes sense.
The Caribs enslaved the Taino and, on occasion, served them for dinner.
Let me just give you a simple today scenario. If I happen to just drive down a street and I see a house and I say, I'm going to land in your driveway. When I walk up to the door and decide to open that bitch, are you welcoming to me or do you want to take me out? You've never seen a black person in your life, but you're going to welcome me and try and speak my language. And I try to speak yours. And you're just going to say, you know what? My neighbor's been fucking with me. This fence I want to go down. Come help me fight my neighbor. And they eat people too. And we're just going to have a drink and get together and decide to go at war with another tribe. Oh yeah, they enslave people as well. Do you understand how this sounds stupid as fuck? Yeah, that's because it is. So I'm just going to land at your crib and you're going to try and enlist me into a war when you don't even know if I'm a threat or not. Come on in, buddy. Help me fight these other people. You seem to be nice enough. You don't eat people, do you? The idea that she put in slavery between these two warring tribes is what form of slavery? Enslavement of captives, right? Exactly. It's not chattel slavery. It's not what white people did to black people. Not in the least. But see, this whole thing is about whitewashing it and making it seem like all slavery is equal. It's not. Don't be fooled by the whitewash with a black face. Let's continue down this path of how they try to make these tribes seem like cannibals and negative people. This is Columbus's account of 1492 voyage. Christopher Columbus wrote, "There I found very many islands filled with innumerable people, and I have taken possession of them all for their highness, done by proclamation and with the royal standard unfurled, and no opposition was offered to me." Listen to that account. He's saying that he took somebody's land and he got no opposition offered to him. Why wouldn't these people have opposition? At least one of them would, right? You would think. I told you this shit was hard to believe. And listen to this, you'll believe it even less. Unlike their neighbors to the north, the Caribs attacked the Europeans and were reputed to be fierce cannibals, Keegan said. But there's no evidence that the ancestors of modern Caribs were ever cannibals. Now, did you notice something a little different here? He wrote back to the king talking about they gave up their land without a fight. But the ones who gave a fight, and rightfully so, who the fuck are you coming onto my land? Like I said, most people would do if you stepped into my house, you're gonna get a fight. They called those people cannibals. Why? Because they fought back and didn't give the land up the way they wanted. So you have to understand, again, what was their mission? To come and steal people's lands. And what do you do with people that you want to take their land? You have to paint them as bad. Therefore, you can just steal their land because they're just uncouth people. They break the laws of being cannibals. Now let's see if there's any evidence of that. We searched ChatGPT for this. Additionally, Europeans had a vested interest in portraying indigenous peoples as savage or barbaric to justify their colonization efforts. Exactly. It becomes clear, correct? You can't trust what Christopher Columbus wrote down about anybody that he encountered because his mission was to steal their land by any means necessary. If they give them up, they're cool. If they fight back, they're barbaric cannibals. And we can justify exterminating them. Yeah, makes you question history altogether. Everything you've been taught. Do you understand that Europeans were cannibals? It's been going on in Europe since ancient Europe. Christopher Columbus, his people were cannibals. Do you understand? This whole clip was to lie to you and give credit to Christopher Columbus for something he never fucking did. Tell you the truth that 1492 had nothing to do with slavery starting. Fact. Then to go on and tell you that Christopher Columbus landed in the Bahamas and somehow knew how to speak one of the tribe's language. Landed meaning the first time, not a thing. Then go on to tell you that the tribe that was there tried to enlist them into a war that they had nothing to do with, but never had fear of Christopher Columbus and these pale-faced people they had never seen with strange clothes on. Yeah. And then to say that one tribe was cannibal and bad when Europeans were worse and cannibals too. You don't see the whitewashing here. Dark skin bad, white good. What can I say? I speak facts. Straight facts. No chaser. Fuck your feelings.